warm welcome, viewers, to the Nilecast, all new on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories this evening, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines tonight. In the headlines tonight, over 500 beneficiaries of Dr. Deep in Adjumani received training. Zombo leaders and business personality paid tribute to the fallen police officer. And in sports, Anyafio and Oli parents excel in regional cricket tournament. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 17th of July 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast, only on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight to the stories that are made headlines today. Over 500 beneficiaries have received training under Dr. Deep in conjunction with a few consultants and Research Center Limited in Adjumani District. Onzima Alan reports more on the story.
Dr. Deep Adjumani project in conjunction with Fame Concerts Limited Uganda have conducted training for the beneficiaries of Dr. Deep in Adjumani district, mostly in line with the business sector. The refresher training took place on 16th July 2024 at Paridi Stadium in Adjumani district. Professor Frederick Etiang, Principal Consultant, Fame Concerts, said they are in Adjumani to train community on how to upgrade their business from small scale to medium enterprises, both the host community and the refugees, so as to improve on their lives through financial management.
Specifically, in this project, we are focusing on refugee settlements and host communities. And in host communities, we are training beneficiaries of what we call the community interest groups under Dr. Deep, and then to the self-help groups under Dr. Deep, and beneficiaries of the village revolving funds. You know it very well that government so often introduces models of revolving funds, just like the revolving fund under Dr. Deep. But you also realize that this revolving fund does not survive beyond the first person or even the second person. Now, with these kind of trainings that equip the mindsets of the beneficiaries of these funds with knowledge on one, what business is all about, then two, how to run a business, three, how to grow business.
Honorable Anyama Ben, the District Local Council 5 Adjumani, said such community trainings will help in development and develop people's trust in the government.
I also want to say the trainings of our community in business, in change, in many aspects, is really going to take us forward, and we are very sure that if Dr. Deep 2 happen to come again, then our people's life will change.
He further says such interventions will help fight against many issues like food security, among others.
If you go to Adjumani district as a whole, food used to be a problem, but because of Dr. Deep intervention, you find up to now the price of maize has never changed. It has remained 500, and yet it used to be 1,500 per kilo. That is intervention. That is the cost of the intervention of the Dr. Deep.
Meanwhile, Dr. Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner of Adjumani, said they have done a lot in environmental projects like planting of trees and many others.
In the environmental protection, we have done a lot in building our people, planting trees and growing trees in some of the districts, and the livelihood projects.
He added that such trainings will unlock the minds of the people, thus attaining development in the district.
We are going to unlock the minds of the people to realize what they could do, to develop themselves, to develop the district, to develop the sub-county, and to develop Uganda as a whole.
Ayakaka Evelyn, a beneficiary of Dr. Deep from Roasia West Village in Pashara Sub-County, Ajumani District, appreciated the organizers and said this has impacted knowledge to them about business like partnership.
But what these people are impacting us today is that when you want to do business and you expand, you need to bring in heads. You cannot go forward or you cannot go miles when you are alone. You need to bring in other people, maybe your brothers, your sisters, children, to take up the business, to keep the place flowing and expanding the business to where you want it to reach.
Andruga Sentry Obumai, a resident of Siforo Sub-County and also a beneficiary of Dr. Deep, said men used to see farming not as a business but learned a lot from farm consults as it will help to improve on their productivities.
Initially, most men think farming is not a business, but today farm consult has opened our mind. From the knowledge we have acquired, we shall be able to increase our production, to increase our market and the income.
Dr. Deep is a government program operating mostly in districts in Uganda who are refugee hosting, and currently Ajumani district have about 6 Dr. Deep projects which are operating, and it is for benefits of the locals and the refugees. Peace Ushoki, Onjima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories this evening. Leaders and the business fraternity in Zombo District on Tuesday the 16th of July 2024 paid their last respects to the former Zombo District Communications Officer. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Leaders and business fraternity in Zombo District have on Tuesday 16th July 2024 paid their last respect to Sergeant Felix Tomwa, former Zombo District Communication Officer. During the burial at Ngotesel by the Town Council Zombo District, Vincent Chonga, the head catechist by the Catholic parish, eulogized late Sergeant Felix Tomwa for his love to serve Uganda Police with humility at the time of his demise on 13th July 2024 at Nebi General Hospital. Chonga urged police officers to emulate the life of Sergeant Tomwa, who served the government with the fear of God. He further appealed to all government employers and businessmen and women to always spare their time for God so that they can be rewarded by God.
Go to a shake, Mobushi walk into a penny, teach what ye tung tung. I'm a teacher Pontidini. Could you Pontidini wara eh? Could you gain Mishma Pira Mongo Mayo, teacher para?
Honorable Innocent Onega Godfred, town mayor by the town council, has encouraged the mourners to always be ready as death comes unknowingly. According to Honorable Onega, the late Sergeant Tomwa was instrumental in serving Uganda Police as a senior officer. In the meantime, Superintendent of Police Nelson Ahabwe, District Police Commander Zombo District, assured the bereaved family that he will follow up the process of gratuity of the deceased. According to Nahabwe, late Sergeant Tomo Felix was his secretary who served his position with zeal and transparency.
Transmits messages of transfer, but apart from that, he was my personal secretary. I had confidence in him. I had trust in him. Whether I'm here or not, or even whether the office station is here or not, or any other officer, we believed in him. Because he's somebody who has been managing our database, our files. So we have equally lost an influential person in us. All these police officers are here. He was somebody who would not undermine anybody.
In his time in office, Sergeant Felix Tomwa initiated training for junior officers, which in turn empowered the officers to perform their duties diligently. He was born in 1970 and joined Uganda Police in 1998 and served in different parts of this country. He was laid to rest on Tuesday 16th July 2024 at his ancestral home in Ngotesel, Paida Town Council, Zombo District. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the police in Northwest Nile region have issued a warning to the refugees living in the refugee camps within the region to desist from violent and barbaric practices or face being arrested and prosecuted in the courts of law. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The warning comes after the police in Adjumani district got information that over 60 huts belonging to the refugees in Boroli refugee camp in Adjumani district were burned down to ashes by unknown people in a tribal class among the refugees living in the camp. Superintendent of Police Dragud Ignatius, the police public relations officer for Northwest Nile region, has more details on the incident, which started on the night of 13th July 2024 and worsened on the night of 15th July among the refugee community, where several property worth millions were destroyed.
The suspects are yet unknown. On the 13th July 2024, at around 2200 hours at the Boroli Refugees Camp, Boroli Parish, Pakele Sub-County in Adjumani District, 3 huts belonging to Made clans were burnt down by unknown people because of refusing the Peri clans to perform the cultural ritual.
He adds that after the matter was reported to police in Adjumani, the police swung into action and arrested 2 suspects who are currently being detained at Adjumani Central Police Station to help the police in conducting investigations into the matter.
And the police, after getting this information, the inquiries established under CRB number 65, 2024, the scene visited by the district CID officer Adjumani and the uniformed personnel. Relevant statements were recorded from the witnesses. So far, we have 2 suspects in a police custody at the Adjumani Police Central Police Station. They are still helping the police in investigation.
Dragudo, however, warned the refugees against involving themselves in violence, saying it was the same violence which made them to become refugees, adding that as the police, they will not tolerate such barbaric behaviors and they will investigate the matter, and all those involved in the incident will be brought to book to face the law.
Ample advice for the refugees who are now under our control here in Uganda must learn how to respect the laws of Uganda. You came here with the violent, and again you are practicing violence in Uganda. That is what we don't want, and we are not going to tolerate that.
This is not the first time the refugees have been clashing among themselves based on tribal differences in the various camps within the Northwest Nile region. In 2020, the refugees in Morobi in Obongi district clashed among themselves over maize grain, which resulted into death and destruction of property. Late last month, a refugee in Morobi grabbed a gun from a female police officer and used it to shoot dead a fellow refugee in the same area. And it's from this background that the police came out to warn the refugees against such violent acts, which is against the laws of the country. Dominic Antonio Kumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Students from the 14 different schools from Adjumani and Moyo district participated in the Adjumani Secondary School Debate Championship Finals 2024 held at Adjumani District Local Government Council Hall. Onzema Alan reports more.
The Mahdi Debate Society, in conjunction with Friends of Zoka, held the Adjumani Secondary Schools Debate Championship 2024 Finals, which took place at Adjumani District Local Government Council Hall. The 13 schools, including one from our district, participated in the exercise, whose major aim was to empower the young generation on climatic and environmental matters. Manzuru Williams, the team leader, Friends of Zoka, applauded the debate runners and the participants for their important decisions in advocating for environmental conservation. He emphasized on the need to find a mechanism of fighting environment impacts that affects people negatively, like floods.
Climate change and environmental issues are real. For example, in Uganda, we don't have any mechanism if nature is to think otherwise in form of regrets to check us. For those of you who are coming from Jaipi side, Arenyapi side, and Ipakile side, you have experienced the bad side of the weather conditions that we go through. Every year there are instances of flood around that region. So it's one of the issues that we want to listen from you. Tell us what best we can do.
Honorable Mangapi Lawrence, the mayor of Germany Town Council, calls on the students to take opportunity of such activities by expressing their relevant views and also learn from it, as it will help them in the future.
You as a student have been given a responsibility to speak your mind relevantly on a particular matter that concerns you and me. This is a very glorious opportunity. You've been given a platform to express up to the depth of what you know about this matter. And I'm quite sure that even your patrons gave you more opportunity to learn on this particular matter that you're going to talk about.
Rafa Abdallah, one of the students from St. Thomas Aquinas, Erepi College Moyo, appealed to fellow students to fully embrace environmental sustainability. She said people should combine efforts on the issue of climatic change.
Shouldn't we embrace sustainability? We should welcome sustainability into our lives and homes, as they say, charity begins from home. Together, I call upon all Ugandans to join our hands and fight against the impacts of climate change. Today, we shall rise and be the next climate activists of Uganda. Together, it is possible.
Amoko Ronald and Vuku, the team of organizers, made the debate, thanked the participants and said due to insufficient resources, they were unable to run the debates for both primary and secondary schools, but expressed hopes of holding it for all levels, both primary and secondary, in the next coming years.
So today's debate was good because it met our expectations. So we do expect better changes next year. The better changes I mean is that this was secondary schools debate. So next year we expect to start from primary schools because we are expecting an increase in the budget.
Honorable Anyama Ben, the local council 5, Ajumani district, thanked the schools that participated in this year's debate and asked them to possess discipline, hard work, and dedication, saying being a debater in school is a sign of leadership.
In debate, you must have discipline. You must have order. You must have guide. And you must have critical thinking. Otherwise you can fail. I want to congratulate the schools who have reached this level. Congratulations.
Friends of Zoka, being a defender of the environment in Madi sub-region, will continue supporting Madi Debate Society for the next 5 years in the matter of environmental issues and tree planning so as to conserve the environment. Peace Oshaki, Njima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
is Oracle Benson Pastore, still continuing with the program of NILE Cast. We are already into the segment of sports. We are all aware that every day stories continues to break in the world of sports. As usual, we kickstart with what is happening within the region. We talk about the national stories. If continental stories are there, we don't leave them out, and we finalize everything with what is happening in international sports. Like I said earlier on, my name is Oracle Benson Pastore. Let's kickstart with what is happening within the region, particularly in Arua City. I can confirm to you, Oli Parents and Anyafia Primary, of course, performed brilliantly in the just concluded regional cricket championship that was hosted by Glue City. They were the only representatives from West Nile region that went to represent the flag of the region. They performed tremendously. But let's first take a look at something like highlights about that particular story before we tackle other stories.
Anyafia Primary and the Oli Parents Primary School have returned home with gongs won in the just concluded Min Northern Region Cricket Tournament that was hosted by Glue City. These two primary schools, all in Arua City, were the only representatives from West Nile region, battling it out with other sub-regions in Northern. Team leaders have given their views after winning the trophies.
This is the second time of winning the trophy, and I feel very happy. I can tell my fans to join cricket.
Just thank for having this time. My forward friends, I wish you to join this game. This is a good game. This is where your talent is. Come and help us. Come and join us together.
Angio John, the game's teacher Anyafia Primary School, expressed his happiness and highlighted the public about how things transpired in Gulu and also how they started building the game of cricket at Anyafia Primary School.
A game of cricket is a kind of a new game here in West Nile, but Anyafia Primary School is a pioneer. We have started it with we started by just some stones. You throw to the other one, you catch small stones. You introduce banana fiber balls, then you throw among yourselves. This year, we went to Gulu to represent West Nile in Northern Region Cricket Tournament, which was organized in Gulu City. We went last month. It ended very well. Our girls were able to compete with the 4 schools, whereby they won all, and they were able to defend the trophy. Today I feel so happy.
Sandia Ronald, the sports officer for Arua City, encourages the public to impress all the sporting activities.
We must impress, we must expose our learners in various sporting disciplines. We should not think about only traditional games like football, netball. We have so many sporting disciplines. Now the federation is expanding, and as I said, we must expose the talent of our learners.
Cricket is yet a teenage sporting activity in West Nile region, and there are only very few schools currently practicing the game, and Uganda is the best in the region known of cricket, thus above Cricket Cranes and Victoria Pearls. Oracle Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, Nile Cast Sports.
Welcome back from that local sports about cricket. Moving forward into national story, I can confirm to you the champions of StarTimes Uganda Premier League, that's Sports Club Villa OS Jogos, they have officially been eliminated from the ongoing Sekafa Kagama Cup. Thus, after the other side winning, now the focus they will now have to turn their focus to FIFA Super 8. This is always a tournament which comes ahead of the new season of StarTimes Uganda Premier League and also the preliminary round of the CAF Champions League. Remember, they have been drawn against a team that's playing in the Ethiopian Premier League. Now, after being eliminated from Sekafa Kagama Cup, they will have to turn their focus for FIFA Super 8, and then CAF Champions League preliminary round, and then they will have to finalize everything with the new season of StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Let's leave that one there, and we jet to Europe. We talk about the ongoing transfer stories. Breaking news continues to happen as far as the summer transfer is concerned, and I can confirm to you from English Premier League, the most active team has been the team of Blues, that's Chelsea. But before I give you some of the players Chelsea has so far signed, let's first take a look at some of the breaking stories. I can confirm to you, Lamine Yamal, this winger who plays for the team of Barcelona in Catalonia, has already been handed a new starting number, and he's now going to be down in starting number 19, which he has been wearing while he was playing for Spain in European Championship. I mean, officially will now be putting on shirt number 19 for Barcelona in the upcoming season, and also being promoted from the academy team now to the senior team of Barcelona. Leaving that one, they are still within Spain and also in La Liga. Luka Modric has already extended his contract with the team of Real Madrid. With 1 year contract, he joined the Los Blancos way back in 2012 from the team of Spurs, and he has gone on to play more than 500 games for the team of Real Madrid, scoring 39 goals. And in the 12 seasons he has spent with the team of Real Madrid, he has won, that's 26 trophies. I'm talking about Luka Modric for you. Leaving the stories in Spain and also in Spanish La Liga, jetting to French League One. The biggest story is all about Marcel at the verge of confirming the signature of Greenwood from the team of Manchester United. That means Greenwood, of course, will be leaving Getafe, not coming to Manchester United, will now be heading direct to Marcel. That is the latest story coming from France as far as transfer is concerned. Now back to English Premier League. Ipswich Town have signed Kosovo goalkeeper Arianet Muric for a fee of around £15 million from the team of Burnley. This is a goalkeeper who started his career with Manchester City, and he played 41 times for the team of Burnley when they were promoted to English Premier League. Now the team has been relegated back to the Championship. Now he thinks it's the right time for him to leave Turf Moor-based club and try it elsewhere, and the team is Ipswich Town. And Newcastle are determined to keep Eddie Howe. Mamidist reports linking him to become the next manager for the country of England, because we are all aware that recently Gareth Southgate stepped down as the head coach of England, and they're in market looking for a new manager. And Eddie Howe has strongly been linked with a move to the England national team, but Newcastle, they are saying no to that deal. And lastly, in some of the breaking stories, Manchester United, I can confirm to you at this particular moment, they are at the verge of signing Lille defender Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro began his career for the team of Lille way back in 2022 when he was 16 years old, now 18 years, and Manchester United is expected to pay 62 million euros, that's equivalent to 52 million pounds, finalizing everything with what is happening at Stamford Bridge. Like I said earlier on, some teams are active. I can confirm to you, ever since the commencement of the summer transfer window, Chelsea, amidst the Giants, they have been the most active team, already spending £95 million in signing players, and they have so far acquired 6 players. Right away, taking a look at the players they have signed and the cost, or is the money they have spent on signing these players. They have gone on to sign Gustavo William from Palmeiras for £29 million. They have also signed Renato Veiga from Basel for around £12 million. Renato Veiga is from Basel, a versatile player. He can play from the right hand side of the defense, in the heart of the defense, to the left, and also as a midfielder. They also went on to sign Dawsberg Hall from the team of Leicester City at £30 million, and they have also added Omar Kelman from Aston Villa for £19 million. And the second last player they have signed is Mark Huey. You may find it difficult to pronounce the name. It's not Higuain but Huey from the team of Barcelona for £5 million. And lastly, they also acquired the services of Tosin Adarabioyo, a defender who comes from Nigeria from the team of Fulham on free transfer. And that one brings us to the climax of today's edition of NILE Sports News. It has been me, Benson Pastor, in front of the camera lens. Let's link up again tomorrow at the same time, and also for the same program of NILE Sports, which continues to be under the umbrella of the biggest of it, called NILE News.
Benson Pastore for that sports news and that sports highlight under the NILE Sports News only on West Nile Television.